Hello and welcome to Tales from the Hut and Hangar, and this is another Aviation Rarities special, and this time we're going to cover the Agusta-Zappata AZ.8L. Italy, after the Second World War, wanted to rebuild its aviation industry as soon as possible. It was a difficult and long process. Many types of resources were still missing, and the highest priorities were getting the country in all areas back on its feet. So in 1956, the Italian government in fact demanded that all Italian aircraft manufacturers work on a short to medium haul aircraft, and this is being capable of carrying between 20 to 30 passengers over a distance of 350 miles and 1,500 miles. The national airline Alitalia needed around 40 aircraft of this size. They needed them to replace the older C-47s. Alitalia, however, were eyeing up at the time the new turboprop F-27, and they were not enthusiastic about it, or in fact they didn't like the AZ-8L from the start. Without much conviction, which is a weird thing to say, but I think Augusta's chief engineer wanted to move on to helicopters, and this was the company's last go at aircraft. Respected Filippo Zapata put forward a design for a low-winged 4-engine aircraft. Designated the AZ-8L, a prototype was officially ordered. The Italian government really wanted their national airline using Italian-made and designed aircraft. Their view was, if the French can do it, the Italians can. Externally, I think it was beautiful. The Augusta AZ8L was a 4-engine, cantilever, low-wing and of all-metal construction. It was powered by full British Alvis Leonardi's Mark 503 9-cylinder radial engines with 545 horsepower each. It had 3-bladed de Havilland props with a diameter of 9 foot. In its cockpit it was designed for 3 crew members, a pilot, a co-pilot and a radio navigator. At a quick glimpse of this photograph you can think it's a Viscount. Anyway, the cabin could accommodate 22 passengers in 2 classes or 26 in 1. It had a retractable tricycle undercarriage and a standard tailplane. And also a Dreamliner and Comet looking nose. Well, that's what I think. It had a payload of 6,250 pounds. Its length was 63 foot and 9 inches. Had a wingspan of 83 foot 8 inches. Its height was 21 foot and 10 inches. Its wing area was 719 square foot. Its empty weight was 16,799 pounds equipped. Its maximum zero fuel weight was 22,708 pounds. Its maximum landing weight was 23,810 pounds. Its maximum takeoff weight was 24,912 pounds, and its fuel capacity was 704 imperial gallons. And performance-wise, its maximum speed was 265 miles per hour. Its cruising speed was 252 miles per hour. Had a range of 404 miles with maximum payload and no fuel reserves. Service ceiling of 24,600 foot, and its rate of climb was 980 foot a minute at sea level with no flaps. Takeoff distance to 50 foot was 1,936 foot, and its landing distance from 50 foot was 2,756 foot. Finally, with the registration Mike 564, the AZ8L made its first flight on the 9th of June 1958. Then Alitalia stuck the boot in and just basically said they just didn't want it, which it considered it useless, too slow and not very versatile for its European and domestic routes. The Italian government therefore found itself with an aircraft in its hands and brought it into service with the Aeronautica Militare, and they didn't really want it or need it. So it was painted in military markings. It was then assigned to an air liaison and transport unit for high-ranking staff based near Rome. It was configured for 22 passengers in a single class. The aircraft by all accounts was very good, being considered pleasant to fly by the military crews. It simply wasn't up for the job. Unable to carry out cargo transport missions or parachuter drops, and its range was very tight to reach the NATO bases spread across Western Europe. The AZ8L served the military from June 1959 to its last flight on the 11th of November 1962, achieving less than 300 flight hours. The spares had finally run out, and sadly it was scrapped a couple of years later. So as far as I know, nothing remains. I don't know if any other airlines considered it. The aircraft was a good one, just about met the design requirements they asked for at the start. But that was difficult as the government kept moving the goalposts and bickering with Alitalia, and that didn't help its fate. So it was a shame about the aircraft. I think it was a good one, and I do hope you enjoyed this episode. Photo credits were given if known. Please like, subscribe or leave a comment, and do have a look at the other stuff posted on this channel. And to your returners, many thanks for all the encouraging feedback on all the past episodes. It is really appreciated. So, TTFN, ta-ta for now.